Okay. Let's go here. Yes. Uh, so once again, so once again, it's very hard to be. It's very hard to be a busy college student. It's very hard to be a dad raising a child. It's very hard for these two people to coordinate times um, with a lot of factors, to coordinate times to get together and record. And so here I am once again, recording alone. Um, I'm very unfortunate. Wish I could talk to Stick. He's a great guy. Um, but it's really hard, you know? It's really hard. So I'm here, living life, living like Larry, living lavish. And I'm gonna do a rundown of last week's games. Once again, I have notes from Stick that I can talk about. Wait, is it? What week is it? I don't even know what week it is. One second. Do I have the right week? Oh, no, here it is. Okay, yeah. Um, so yeah, I have a note from Stick that he wanted me to bring up, obviously. So I'm gonna do that. I also just watched back to back Thanksgiving games, so I'm gonna go over those notes because they were pretty fun to watch. Um, New England versus Atlanta. Okay, this was last. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna start with the game that's like fresh in my mind, or the two games that are fresh in my mind. I just watched Dallas versus the Raiders. A great game. I had Daniel Carlson until like 5 minutes before the game started, and then I dropped him for Jake Elliott. He had 21, so that's unfortunate. But pretty much everyone, if you had someone went off in that game, Gallup had like 2 points going into the late third quarter, and then he ended with like 15. Dak salvaged his game at the end. Dak was missing, so Dak has been missing more throws than we're accustomed to him doing. But he did play well near the end of the game. He made some big throws, but Dak, I mean, he missed Gallup on a pretty easy touchdown. He's been missing throws lately. He hasn't been this like immortal like MVP candidate that we saw like early in the year, but he's still going to be viable for fantasy because this team is going to score a lot. So I mean, that's obvious. But pretty much everyone went off. I mean, you had Gallup, Cedric Wilson, Schultz, Pollard, Zeke, Dak. They all went off, and then on the other side you had Deshaun Jackson, Hunter Renfrow, Derek Carr had 20, Josh Jacobs. I mean, everyone had a good game except for Darren Waller, who left early with injury. But that was a good game. What was the first game? I didn't watch as much as of that as I should have. Who was it though? Fuck. I'm gonna look it up actually. Um, NFL games today. Oh, duh! It was Detroit. Yeah. Detroit versus Chicago. So my grandpa had Detroit +3, and so that covered. So that's nice. Andy Dalton played all right. I mean, it was just two poverty franchises playing each other, so it wasn't great. Josh Reynolds looked pretty good. T.J. Hawkinson scored. Swift goes out early, unfortunately, which was the one reliable asset from the entire game. Allen Robinson doesn't play, I believe. That was just a really ugly game. But right now we got Bills Saints, and it's currently 7:50 Central Time, and I believe Dawson Knox already scored a touchdown. So keep playing Dawson Knox. But that is besides the point. Oh wait, actually no, I have fuck. Oh god, I have Josh Allen in this league, so that's good. Sweet, yeah, cool. Anyways, Cedric Wilson played. Yeah, he played well. Anyways, on to the notes from last week, week 11. Guys, actually, look at this water bottle too. It's so crazy. This fucker is. I feel it and I feel good drinking it because look how cute it is. You could put like 5 or 6 zips in here, I think, easily. Anyways, okay. New England versus Atlanta. So sticks. So okay, I don't have as many notes as I have or as I have in previous weeks because like. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it going. Mac Jones played very, very well. I've been saying this the whole time. Mac Jones, you might be able to if he hits his upper range of outcomes, you're gonna be able to compete. you're going to be able to compete on a rookie contract with Mac Jones, and that's what's happening right now. I believe New England has won. I don't know. They've won a lot straight, but they're really solid. I believe they have like the third or fourth best odds to win the fucking Super Bowl right now, which is not insane because this defense is crazy. I mean, this offense has a great offensive line. Mac Jones doesn't make mistakes. They're solid. Stick says you're seeing the fruits of good coaching and planning. Stick says Mac is very, very, very legit and is going to be a starter for a very long time, but probably not a viable fantasy starter in one QB anytime soon. He also says that Pat's defense is back to elite levels and may take the division from the Bills if they don't shape up, which is incredible to think about because the Bills were looking like a super team week 1 and 2. So after, okay, I'm going to say my notes and then I'm going to say Stick says and then list off his notes because he had more than me this week because like he's just stud. Stick says Atlanta needs O-line help is very bad. Matt Ryan should retire if they do not make extreme efforts to miss. Matt Ryan should retire if there's not efforts to restore the O-line in the offseason. Pitts needs other weapons around him to realize his potential. It's not going to be pretty if he's the only show in town. Stick says that once again. So New England versus Philadelphia, right? Hurts has 18 carries, which is tied for 10th all time among quarterback carries, which is really hard to believe because that happens 3 to 4 times a year. 3 times a year with Lamar Jackson. It might happen once with Kyler Murray or Josh Allen. It's just like, yeah. You see double-digit carries all the time for like quarterbacks now. It's such a different game going forward. And, I mean, this stat alone really exemplifies why passing quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Dak Prescott are not going to, I mean, Dak Prescott to like a lesser degree, but like Tom Brady is one of the last pure passers that's going to be relevant probably ever for fantasy because 18 carries is tied for 10th all time among QB carries, and this happens a lot. Like I would be willing to say that the other 10 people on that list are within the past 5 or 6 years if they're not Michael Vick. Yeah. So then after that, Stick says the Eagles have multiple fantasy starters: Goddard, Smith, Hurts, Sanders, and I mean Goddard. So does my note. Goddard should be considered a top 5 tight end in Dynasty going forward. He's getting all the usage ever. Him and Zach Ertz combined. He's still young, great player. Keep buying him. And Stick also says that Saints have been a team I forget about every week, especially when Kamara is missing. There's nothing to chase and nothing to look after. I agree there, especially with Kamara out. I mean, like what are you doing there? You know what I'm saying? And moving on to Miami. Here, let's look at some more jokes. Oh fuck. Moving on to Yo Mom is so fat. I pictured her in my head and bitch broke my bed. I tend to agree with that one. So Miami versus the New York Jets. Elijah Moore is nearing a must start. That was with Mike White and with Joe Flacco. He was nearing a must start. But now Zach Wilson comes back. I don't know about that anymore. I still play him. But, I mean, Stick says definite start, and that's showing he can get it done with anyone. I agree that he's definitely startable and should be started probably, but, I mean, with Zach Wilson going forward, showing the chemistry with Corey Davis from from, like, earlier in the year, I'd be more wary. I wouldn't call him a must-start quite yet. And if Michael Carter misses time, this is my note once again. Ty Johnson is the man because he's going to get more pass down usage, and I don't want any, like... I don't want a plotter like Tevin Coleman because I don't see him getting much pass catching usage. So I would prioritize Ty Johnson if Carter misses time, which he will. So yeah. Stick says the Jets are far more fantasy friendly than I thought going into the year. Kudos to the coaching staff for fighting and doing whatever they can to keep the team in the games. I agree there. Moving on to the Washington football team. Okay, versus Carolina. Stick says it's very encouraging to see Taylor Heineke keep it rolling after his great performance versus Tampa Bay. It bodes well for Terry McLaurin the rest of the season. And then another middle game for Gibson. Washington backfield is one to avoid if all at possible. I've been saying this for weeks. Gibson's been in trouble. He doesn't get enough pass catching work to be viable, and I mean with his injuries piling up, it's really hard to trust him. Stick says that Cam Newton had the best possible matchup and took advantage. I wouldn't be ready to trust him quite yet in fantasy. Let's see what he can do versus a better defense. And once again, Stick says Logan Thomas is expected back next week, so keep playing him. Moving on to Indy Buffalo. I mean, you know the story here. Jonathan Taylor is the fifth player in the history of the NFL with 200 plus scrimmage yards and 5 touchdowns in the same game. Stick says that JT will be the 101 next year in redraft ahead of CMC, ahead of Henry. He said it's not even close. And I tend to agree. Those are probably the top 3 along with Najee. I mean, that's probably top 4 there for me going forward. But I mean, JT, he's just on a roll. And there's no slowing down here. I mean, Marlon Mack inactive, Naheem Hines getting less work. I mean, he's just that dude right now. I would keep playing JT if I were you. If you have him and you have space, keep playing him. God damn it, I can't get this. Crazy. Moving on to no, actually Buffalo. Throw away the game last week for Buffalo. It was bad. The game here. Let's check the score quick. Actually, live time. Buffalo versus New Orleans. God damn it! I hate having. I don't know why Yahoo is my default browser now. It just happened today. I don't know how that happened. It's kind of pissing me off. God fucking damn it! I hate this so much. Let's go to NFL.com. NFL.com. Butterdum. God fuck you! I hate this motherfucker. I can't even look at the scores. Jesus Christ. Oh, look, it's 7-0. Let's see the play-by-play. Let's see what's going on here. Trevor Siemian passes the ball to Little Jordan Humphrey. Good for him. Oh yeah, Zach Moss missed this game. And I said this in this group chat. Oh, that's cool. They have winning percentage here. Oh, that's pretty cool actually. But why is it going down? Oh, I don't know. But I said this in a group chat. I was like, Matt Breida and Singletary are both startable because Zach Moss is getting phased out effectively. It's looking like Devin Singletary is the pass catching back and Matt Breida is the early down back, which is kind of weird, but that's how it's shaping up right now. And that's kind of reflected here. Breida, I expect Singletary to get a couple targets, but yeah. So there's that. Anyways, for looking at last week throughout the game for the Bills, they're gonna be a stud going forward more often than not. But yeah, keep playing Stephon Diggs as well. He's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. So moving on. Holy shit. Okay. Detroit for no. Here we go. Yo mama's so stupid. She got locked in a mattress store. Here, I'm not looking at this. I bet you the Stoke says and slept on the floor. I can't see. Oh, I probably says the floor there. Your mama's so fat when she leaves the house in high heels, she comes back in flip-flops. That's actually a good one. Let's move on to another one. Yo mama jokes dirty. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I don't think I should show these. These might be a little too intense. Yo mama's so ugly, the Grim Reaper had to bury himself. That's a good one. Moving on to Detroit versus Cleveland. So Stick goes crazy here. He says the Browns have the NFL's lowest catchable pass rate on targets to wide receivers deemed open or wide open, aka Baker's not good. Okay, he's not good. Add that to the fact that he has no weapons and a beat up Landry, Rashard Higgins, and Austin Hooper. It doesn't get much worse around the league. Good things. Oh, there's a period there. Then he says good things. They get Chubb and the run game guru in Stefanski, but this train is going off the rails. Translation: the Browns are not as good as we thought they were. We are who we thought they were. Poverty franchise. Carrying on. Detroit 6 says sigh, and I agree. Moving on to San Fran versus Jacksonville. My notes say that George Kittle has a touchdown in 3 straight games. Surprisingly, a career-high streak there. So let's see if he keeps it going. Kittle is back firmly in the elite tier of tight ends. I also said that Elijah Mitchell is the only true workhorse. When Elijah Mitchell misses, you see both. Who are they? Jeff Wilson Jr. and someone else? I don't know who it was. But they both got double-digit carries. That doesn't happen with Mitchell in the lineup. He's getting all the carries. So keep playing Mitchell if he's out there, if his finger heals up. I believe he had a little fracture here. So if he can get this stitched up, he should be good to go forward. Then Stick says, Jacksonville defense is stepping up and a no pushover. Tough day. See, okay, I'm like pretty good at talking in general. I mean, I talk a lot, so I guess I'm good at it. But I can't really read. If you haven't noticed, I can't really read like word for word. I can kind of like improv, but I'm trying to read like word for word. So like, bear with me here. Stick also says, tough day for a West Coast team who traveled east for an early game. Honestly believe the Niners were lucky thanks to Urban Meyer's incompetence. Yeah, he's not very good. Stick says that he feels so bad for Trevor Lawrence. He deserves better coaches to work with. Instead, it's a lost year for him and his development. Shouts out Trevor Lawrence and him not playing well, or actually him not being treated well. We don't enjoy that. Oh fuck. Go guys, look at me. I ain't even get the pimpin'. That kind of cool. Well, damn it, I had a good setup going. I gotta change it now. I'm a grown man. Lit. Okay, moving on. Oh no, moving on. Tennessee versus Texas, the Houston Texas. So Tyrod Taylor becomes the third Texan ever to score 2 rushing touchdowns, and somehow puts up only 18 points. Unfortunate. Stick says Ryan Tannehill cannot win from behind. A.J. Brown 2 injury scares feels very similar to a Deebo Samuel timeline for A.J. Brown, and the Texans continue to boggle Stickman's mind, as they do mine. Okay. Green Bay versus Minnesota. So I can talk about this game for a while because I'm actually in Minnesota. If you didn't notice, I don't know how to prove it. 1 second. Let me get some gear. I'm a grown man. I ain't even get the pimpin' with my strong hand. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh man, that hurt. Oh fuck you! I found this. Shouts out Latrell Sprewell. He signed this for me. What a guy he is. So yeah. So I'm watching this game in my friend Danny's room. Shouts out Danny. What a guy he is. And Danny is a huge Vikings fan, so obviously I'm invested in the game. And actually, I do not remember much of the game at all, so I'm kind of bullshitting. But Kirk was playing well, okay? MVS was playing well. Devontae, he gets his. Justin Jefferson, okay, this is what I remember. When you throw him the ball, it tends to work out pretty well. The mindless 2nd and 8 rushing calls were very, very frustrating for me to watch, and for Danny to watch as well. Just keep throwing to Jefferson. He's been one of the most efficient receivers in the history of the NFL in his first 2 years, and he continues to be because he's great, but they don't throw him the ball enough. Keep playing him. Keep ranking him as a top 3 receiver in Dynasty. I mean, come on. So there's that. Dalvin Cook is getting enough work to be relevant. He's going to be he's I believe he has 20. I believe he's averaging like 20 points per game in the past 3. He's getting a lot of work, but once again, not a lot of passing work. It felt like he had like 60 carries, but he only had like 22, I think. But yeah, I mean, keep playing it. Madison is playing a little bit more than I thought he would, even with a healthy Dalvin. So his ceiling is capped, and he's not quite that like 102 that we thought he was, but he's still a top 7-8 running back in fantasy. So that was off the dome. Now going on to stick notes. He says, awesome back and forth game. I agree. That was incredible. He says, Justin Jefferson would not be denied. So many great plays that a 162 and 2 stat line does not do justice for. Yes. He also says that young wide receivers are the tits. I agree. I do love boobies as well. Tits are great. Justin Jefferson, Elijah Moore, Jamar Chase, so much to be excited about. He says MBS has a huge day with poor efficiency from a per target basis. He's not necessarily one to trust going forward, but could be played with a high game total and a slugfest. I agree there. Let's go keep going here. Yo mama, oh, this is a classic. Yo mama is so stupid. She put 2 quarters in her ears and thought she was listening to Nickelback. That's a wow. Fuck. I have like, ow, that hurts. Anyways, Baltimore versus Chicago. Okay. Stick says throw it out with no Lamar. I agree. We can kind of throw it out there. Andrews has still no. Andrews has moved firmly into the elite tight end tier for Stickman. Chicago is dead last in passing yards. Don't do that. D-Mont is gonna get work. Very, very, very quick game. Let's take one more Yo Mama joke before we wrap it up here pretty soon. Yo Mama's so fat. When she wears a yellow raincoat, people say taxi. That's a good one. Okay. Cincinnati versus Las Vegas. Mixon a touchdown in 7 straight games. Wait a second. I fucked this up. Oh. No. Wait. I'm so confused right now. Anyways, keep playing Joe Mixon. He's on fire. Keep playing guys like Tyler Boyd. Higgins is kind of fucked. Tyler Boyd a little bit less so. I mean, obviously, like, keep playing Chase, but yeah. Las Vegas, Josh Jacobs continues to get there whenever he wants to. Brian Edwards has the high A-dot, but now with Deshaun Jackson back, he's kind of irrelevant. I mean, there's that. But moving on to Arizona versus Seattle, Russ has lost 3 straight games. Kind of shitty. This team does not look good at all. He was outdueled by Colt McCoy, of all people. That team is in a lot of trouble, not making the playoffs this year. It's going to be interesting to see what Seattle does going forward. Kansas City versus Dallas. Kansas City has won 4 straight. Their defense is averaging like 11 points per game in these 4 games. They're playing great. This KC offense looked great on the first drive and then kind of stalled out. I don't know what's happening. This offense is not playing great. Pat Mahomes is not playing great, but they're playing nonetheless. Yeah. Dak looked very, very, very bad in that game. He looked decent on Thanksgiving, the game that I just watched, but he did not look good in the KC game. There's that. Pittsburgh versus the Chargers. You're looking at 2 top 5 running backs in Eckler and Najee Harris. That's really all you need to know. Keep playing Mike Williams because of the consolidated target share and high A-dot. He got there on the very last play. Wasn't there before, but also keep playing Keenan Allen because he's a stud. That's about it. That's about it here. I'm gonna see what my buddy said here. Yeah, yep. Shouts out Chris Crack. He's a cool guy. Damn, he did. Anyways. Yeah. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah. He's got a siren for red. Red the stupid in it. It's funny. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hope life's treating you well. I hope you get through all the battles that you're fighting. Because life sucks sometimes, you know? And I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. I've always been pretty bad at like keeping up with keeping tabs on myself mentally, I guess. And that has extended to I've journaled sporadically and I've done things to like keep track of myself, but I'm not great at sticking with it, I guess, to like one consistent method. So I kind of just ramble if I'm alone here on camera, because it feels like a way to get my thoughts out and articulate them. So I say that to say that I don't know I don't know if I've said this before or if I haven't, but I feel like it's one of my better bits. There's a lot of people that are struggling with something, multiple things. A lot of peers around you, if you're struggling, you wouldn't notice it because you're more focused on yourself and more self-conscious about that, which is where I'm at. But your peers don't want to show struggle because I mean it's for a myriad of reasons. It like they they want to put this utopian lifestyle. I think someone's coming. I don't know. I have my door open, kind of. Anyways, um, they want to have this like utopian lifestyle, or they want to put on this persona of that and make them look really good. Which I mean, it makes sense. Like if you could look good on social media, why wouldn't you? But that's not reality. And internet is not real. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's really taxing on someone who isn't feeling good to be it's to be around people like that, be on social media when people are trying to put on that persona because it makes you feel worse about yourself. Um, yeah, I mean, just know that a lot of people, most people, I'd say the vast majority of them, if you're in a spot like you're in college, you you're in a new place, you have a new job. A lot of people are struggling, but don't wanna don't wanna show it. So just know that there's people there for you. Try to be vulnerable. Try to connect with people, because the relatability makes it a lot easier instead of just boxing it up and pretending like it doesn't exist. In my opinion, at least, from my experience. I'm just fucking 19. I don't know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you're doing good. Um, wish you well. You know, all the above. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, tell someone you love them today. I don't know. It could even be me. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that's about it. I gotta see. Oh, 27. That's not bad at all. 27 minutes. Here, let's real quick. Let's see if I can go. Oh, yeah, it's like really delayed. I still haven't got this computer set up right yet, but it's whatever. I'm still recording. It's cool. See you guys.